guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the title of the video, today's video is going to be a get ready with me plus answering pregnancy questions. So we're going to create this look. Plus I answer a lot of questions. I put a question box on Instagram and you guys ask me a lot of questions. So we're going to talk about breastfeeding, labor, baby, work, maternity, everything. If you still didn't subscribe, please do. Hit the notification bell down below. If you're into cleaning, organizing, get ready, hauls, this is the right channel for you. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So guys, let's start to get into the video. My hair looks crazy. Face, as usual, looks like a zombie. I'm going to put these hair clips on. So let's start with the makeup options on Instagram, because as I said in my intro, this is going to be at Get Ready With Me, and also I'm going to be answering some pregnancy questions. So the first thing I'm going to use is my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, and I have this Good Molecules Priming Moisturizer. So I'm going to use both of them. Charlotte Tilbury is a number 3. And we're going to be reading my questions on Instagram. So the first question is, are you getting any morning sickness? Are you getting sick? The first 3 months, I need a mirror. Sorry, it's just that my mirror is there. So the first 3 months, I never got sick as in like vomiting or this kind of stuff. But I had nausea like every single day. It was like continuous, like for every day. Morning sickness, so yeah, like kind of like nausea. I smell anything, literally like everything that I smell literally made me sick, but I never got physically sick. And then after my 3rd month, it started decreasing. Sometimes they come back, like today I have a lot of nausea. Could be because I ate a lot of food. So I'm gonna go in with my brow soap set from Essence, and we're gonna brush up my little brows. See, I'd say everyone is very organized when they do these kind of videos, and then there's me. So we're gonna brush these brows up, and I'm gonna read my second question. What will your nursery be like? Absolutely love this question. So nursery, I only start planning a little bit because, as you guys know, and I said in my previous cleaning videos, we are going to move house. So I'm going to stay here until I'd say like February, because that's when my rent contract ends. And I'm actually moving into a new house, but I don't really want to talk about it until everything is done this week. So probably next week I will talk about the new house and the moving. But yes, we will be in a new house. I always thought I was gonna have my first baby in this house here, but a lot of things happened. I always thought the nursery was gonna be in this house, I always thought the nursery was gonna be in my blue room, which is the single room that I have beside my bedroom. But so I already know where the nursery will be in my new house, and I did save a lot of inspo that I did post on Instagram. So if you don't follow me there, do, because I post a lot of nursery inspo, and I'm gonna put all my nursery stuff on my Instagram. I'm gonna go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin, and we are gonna use, I think I'm gonna use a sponge. So yeah, my nursery obviously will start very soon. I'm ending my 5th month, so I'm nearly in my 6th month. But my nursery will start very soon. As soon as we step foot in the new house, we will do the nursery. I would have done it a bit before, but obviously because we're gonna move soon and I need to pack everything, I couldn't do it in this house. So I will do it in the new house. Don't worry, I'm going to post a nursery reveal on my YouTube. Neutral tones, aesthetic, minimal nursery. So I have a lot of ideas. I just need to buy all the material. Did you buy any maternity clothes yet? Sorry if I look down, but I'm looking on my phone. For maternity, I bought, well, I'm buying all non-maternity stuff, which I bought a maternity leggings that was on sale. I showed that in my autumn haul. If you didn't see it, I'm going to link it here down below somewhere where I show all of my ASOS clothes. So I got some leggings. They were proper maternity. So literally like maternity leggings with like a bum cover and everything. So I'm going to go in with my NARS concealer and my Lancome. NARS, I have the shade Vanilla, and Lancome Ivory. This is what these babies look like. Actually, I would like to cover my under eyes first. Or I will go with my two concealers. I will use this Sephora Bright Future Concealer in 03. I just like to use this because it's orange and it will cover my under eyes. So yeah, maternity clothing. I basically did buy those maternity leggings. Then I bought some bigger jeans that are not maternity jeans, they're just a bigger size, and they did fit me for a month. And then I bought 3 dresses. One is the one I wear today. I'm going to post them on my Instagram story. So again, if you don't follow me there, I suggest you to. I'm going to post on my maternity. Sorry, this concealer is taking ages to come out. 3 dresses that were on a sale. Again, they're not maternity dresses, but they're just bigger sizes. So they're going to be like very baggy. They're like a size 12, 14, all this kind of stuff. I can't wait. I got like a burgundy red one, this creamy one, which is so cozy, so soft. Absolutely love this. This is from Miss Selfridge. And then I got one from New Look, and they were all on a sale. Like 3 dresses, I think they were like €56, €60, including delivery. When I'm home, it's okay because I have a lot of tracksuits. When I work, it's okay because all my work clothes fit me, but the problem is when I go to like hospital appointments, when I'm off, I go out, all this kind of stuff, because nothing fits me anymore. How many weeks are you? I'm currently 20 weeks. I'm going to be 21 weeks in a few days, probably when the video will be up. I'll probably be 21 weeks, or maybe I'll probably be nearly 21 weeks. So yes, so we're actually halfway. Time is flying. Like 20 weeks is literally like half terms. So I'm gonna do some contour. I usually like to do either contour or bronzer, but today I want to be a bit extra because I'm going out. So contour, Charlotte Tilbury. This is the one fair medium. Absolutely love this contour. The only thing is these little tubes, they're only like half full. So it like not really worth your money. On with my stick. The sex of the baby, yes. Do you know the sex of the baby? So in theory, you kind of like find your sex of the baby around like 18 weeks, 20 weeks when you do like your anatomy scan. That's when they kind of like tell you what's the sex of the baby. But in my case, I like a lot of people did the it's called like harmony test. There's like loads of names for so basically when you're like, I'd say more than 10 weeks, I was like maybe 12 weeks I think, you can do this test that to see like Down syndrome and like all these things. So it's basically like a blood test. You pay, I think it was like €460. Not everyone does it, but today like everyone kind of does. And apart from telling you all these health info, it will actually tell you as well the sex of the baby. So I know the sex of the baby for long. I always felt the sex of the baby. I knew what sex it was going to be. It's a boy, and I always felt it was a boy. I know it's a very strange thing to say, but I always knew it was a boy. Sorry, I need more cream bronzer. I'm gonna go in with my Rare Beauty stick in Happy. So, have you picked any baby names yet? I add the names for my babies. Well, we add the names for our babies, me and my ex-husband, literally since we met. The girl name that we did pick, if it was ever gonna be a girl, it was more related to our relationship. It was like a romantic name, whereas the boy name that we picked, if it was going to be a boy, was more a name that we just liked, basically. So we have the boy name. Well, there was like 2 different versions of this name. I liked more one version, and my husband preferred the other version that he absolutely loved. Like, he likes my version as well, but he preferred his version. But in the end, I won. Basically, it's kind of like the same name, but I like the Italian version. He liked the English version of this name. But I love, absolutely love English names, but like, I don't really like English names with Italian surnames. Obviously, we're both Italians. My husband has an Italian surname. So if he had an English surname, I would have preferred his version. But because the surname is Italian, I like to go with an Italian name. So next question is, hardest part of pregnancy. So for me, I didn't really have any hard parts. I think it's such a personal question, as in it kind of depends. Everyone, it's kind of like different. So sorry, while I speak, I'm gonna go in with blushes. I'm gonna use two, my Rare Beauty in Hope, my Charlotte Tilbury in Peach Gas. What type of pregnancy you have? Like, I mean, obviously, if you have a hard pregnancy where you're sick or this kind of stuff, then obviously it's not going to be easy. Sorry if you hear some noise. But obviously, I have to say my pregnancy so far, because obviously I'm only halfway, so never say never. Things can happen any day, but so far I've had a very healthy pregnancy. I haven't been proper sick, like hospitalized, or yes, I did have a lot of symptoms at the start, but I think like the first 3 months it's a bit of the same for everyone. Well, not the same, like there's a lot of people that have no symptoms the first 3 months, so lucky them. But obviously it's something that you kind of know when you're getting pregnant, that you could have those symptoms. So yeah, maybe I would say the hardest part was the start, where you're constantly like nauseous, you're very tired. So I'm gonna go in with my powder. I'm gonna use my Charlotte Tilbury and my Too Faced. I think it's different when you are sick, but I was sick, but it was kind of like for pregnancy, so I didn't really mind. Like, you know, it made me happy. Is for me the only hard thing, because again, I'm having a very healthy pregnancy. I'm very able to like do my cleaning things. I'm able to go out. I'm working like normal. So again, it kind of depends. Like maybe a lot of people cannot work. They cannot do their everyday things. So that must be very hard. By the way, we hit pan on this powder. Absolutely love it. But yeah, it depends. Maybe the hardest part is being very careful. Obviously, when you're pregnant, you know of all the things that you have to be more careful than when you're not pregnant, but there's so many things every day. Obviously, I knew basic things like what you can eat, what you can't eat, things that you can do. Obviously, you know, you cannot eat raw fish, you cannot eat like ham, salami, all this kind of stuff, like basic stuff. But then there's so many other things, like types of skincare that you can use, types of skincare that you cannot use, certain things that you can do. Like, it's with pregnancy, you basically find out something new every day. Like, so for my brows, precisely my brow from Benefit in number 4, I'm not really using pencils anymore. I really like to use brow pens, and I love the NYX one. Absolutely love that pencil, but it's gone all like black, the liquid inside. So I'll have to use something else. Sorry if you hear some background noise, but my dog fell asleep in my studio and she's snoring. But now that I'm pregnant, I'm sick, I have to take antibiotic, I have a baby inside, so like I have to be careful about taking antibiotics and getting checked up because he's there. So, you know, that extra careful things that obviously I don't mind, but it's a lot of things to remember. Ooh, next question, is it hard not to drink? No. Like, it kind of depends. Everyone is different. For me, no, I might drink like a glass of wine when I go for dinner, or like if I go out with my friends, I would drink, but you know, I wouldn't be the type of person that I drink every week. I would drink more maybe when I'm on holidays. Yes, if I'm on holidays, I would have a drink every day, obviously when I go to Italy or when I go holidays with my husband. But now I haven't been to any holidays, so I'd say like harder things are others, like not eating sushi. I absolutely love sushi. Like yesterday we went to a sushi place and obviously I had to order cooked stuff. Like I ordered like a vegetarian bento box, and obviously my husband, he had a ramen, but usually when I go there I always order sushi. So next question, do you have any baby moons planned? No. So I'm gonna tell you the story. Initially when I got pregnant, because me and my husband, if you follow us, you might know that we love traveling. So we obviously have a lot of things planned for when the baby is born. We want to do like a lot of family holidays and stuff like that for the future. But we did have a baby moon plan. We were like, okay, like when I'll be like, you know, the safe month to travel, which is usually like 4, 5, 6 months, because obviously the first 3 months it's a bit dangerous because you could have a miscarriage, and the last obviously 3 months it's a bit dangerous because your waters could break, and it's better to be where you live. So I said to my husband, maybe around like 5 or 6 months, we might go somewhere far, like a baby moon, and relax before the baby will come, because we'll be very like stressed when he'll come, but not stressed, but you know, like we'll be very busy. But then all this housing stuff happened, and we're literally so busy with moving. Like even my husband last week, he said it would be so nice to organize a city break, we should do it. But I said, listen, let's just wait that the baby is born, because like every day we're going to places to buy new stuff for the house. This week we're going to sign for our new house, so fingers crossed everything will go well. And like we're just too busy to go away, and also we're spending a lot of money because we're buying a house. I'm going to go in with my NYX stick it. I want to obviously we wouldn't have had the housing things. Obviously I would have loved to go holidays, but when the house will be finished, baby will be here, we'll wait that we get a routine with the baby, and then we'll do our holidays when we're stress-free, house is done, baby's here. What tablets / vitamins you take. So again, I have been very blessed that I didn't have to take any sort of like medicines with the baby. I'm gonna go in with some bronzer. So I'm gonna go in with some ColourPop Talk to the Palm bronzer. So I took folic acid before I got pregnant, because obviously I was planning to get pregnant, so I knew I wanted to get pregnant this year, so I was preparing my body. So I went for, before I start trying for my pregnancy, I went to my gynecologist, which she said to me to start taking folic acid, because if I want to start trying for a baby, we would have to prepare the body. Yes, and then when I fell pregnant, like when I got pregnant, we kept taking folic acid. I took vitamin B. I took some iron because I was a bit low in iron. I think that was it. I remember taking something else as well. I think this was it. And then you kind of like take your folic acid, like actual folic acid, the first 3 months. So then 3 months went by, I finished the folic acid, and right now I'm just taking those pregnant care tablets, which is like a lot of vitamins altogether, like iron, vitamin D. No, yeah, I got vitamin D as well the first 3 months, and then I stopped. And there's like zinc, so you can buy them in the fair. Go in with some blush as well. I have so many blushes. Like if you see my drawer right now, I always use the same one, so I'm gonna go in with this Hello Kitty and Island Shined. Yes, and obviously sometimes things happen and they're very unexpected. Like this week I went to the my doc because my doctor wasn't there when I rang him, and the lady at the my doc told me not to worry, everything was fine. But I still went to my doctor after a few days because I was coughing very bad, and my doctor, I needed to take antibiotics because it was an infection. Obviously, because I'm allergic to penicillin, it's very hard to prescribe me stuff in general. And when you're pregnant, they usually give you penicillin. But because I'm allergic, it's a bit of a headache. So they had to give me something else. So this is the only thing that, you know, I'm taking differently. So I'm not really wearing highlighter anymore. Guys, my camera went off and I didn't know. So I put some highlighter. This one here from this Pixie palette, just a little bit. And I want to spritz my face with some vitamin E spray, my favorite. But I was answering to the question, will you use an epidural? And I said, absolutely yes. This is such, let me spritz my face first with this. This is like a shower, I swear to God. But God, I like to tap with my sponge and all your powder will like mix together. Love this step. But will I use an epidural? It's such a personal choice. Me, absolutely yes. There's a lot of women that love epidurals. There's a lot of women that like the I don't know, raw experience of doing everything with pain and stuff. That is not me. I can't wait to meet my baby. Can't wait for labor, but I'm a very realistic person and I don't want to, I know there's going to be so much pain that day anyways. I don't want to feel the raw experience. I don't want to have the pain, feel everything. If you give me a tool or a way to ease the pain, I'm going to say yes. If there would be a way to be pain-free, like all of it, all the experience, I would say yes. I know a lot of women like to do everything like old style from scratch. That is not me. as soon as they ask me to sign for the epidural, I'm going to be like, yes, I. So I'm going to put some bronzer in my crease. Are you still working? Yes. Again, guys, this is another personal question because it kind of depends what experience you have, where you work. I work for my parents that they own their own business, so it's such a different job. I feel, obviously, even though it's a very practical job, as in I'm standing all day and it's like a lot of manual things, nothing heavy or that kind of stuff, but I'm not sitting at a desk, if that makes sense. So it kind of is different. Some people work through all their pregnancy because they have an easy job or they feel fine. I'm working because I feel perfect. Maybe like a lot of women cannot work because maybe they don't feel fine. A lot of women choose not to work, and I intend to work until the end, unless obviously something very bad happens, you know, something very like, you know, I don't know, my water breaks early or something very serious that I have to be in hospital, obviously. But I intend to work. Work makes me feel alive. I feel, especially my first 3 months where I was sick every day, I felt when I went into work, I felt so much better. I feel like the adrenaline of doing something, getting out of the house, even now, like if I'm feeling a bit down emotionally or just my body, work makes me feel so good. Go in with the Super Shock Shadow. This is the Raw Beauty by Chrissy. This is so old, but I absolutely love this. Like, do love this. But so yeah, it kind of depends. It's such a personal choice, and obviously I intend to go back to work. I'm gonna do some liner because I did a little liner with this ColourPop pencil that kept breaking. And I need to set it with some eyeshadow. I think I'm going to go in with this new ColourPop palette that was sent to me in PR, Rock On, which is so cute. How do you feel about weight gain, stretch marks? So I'm the type of person that I always looked out for weight gain all my life, even though recently I gained so much weight. But I've always been very careful, not to what I eat or this kind of stuff. Like, I eat like crap, but I don't really like to gain weight. But with pregnancy, I'm not gonna lie, I don't care. I eat what I want and I enjoy it because pregnancy only comes once and I want to enjoy it, and I feel it's such a natural process because obviously there's a baby inside you. So yes, pregnancy, I absolutely love it because I love to see my body growing for the baby. Stretch marks, I have to say, I've always been blessed. I never suffer with stretch marks. I have a few white ones that are very hard to see on my bum, but I didn't get them with pregnancy. I actually got them 10 years ago when I was into puberty and I was growing and my body changed. Stretch marks, yeah, so I'm using a lot of products to prevent it. I feel like sometimes you can use how many products you want, but it kind of is genetics, you know, it kind of is your body type, your body elasticity. So I have to say that I am blessed. I don't have any yet. Even though my body changed so much, I've gained a lot of weight on my bum. My breast became 10 times bigger, but see what happens. If I get any stretch marks at the end of the day, it is part of pregnancy and we'll try to resolve it. So yeah, these are my stretch mark recommendations. Obviously, drink a lot of water. Try to stay healthy. I can't really give this kind of advice because I eat so much crap since I'm pregnant. I'm using a lot of body oils and I'm gonna buy some stretch mark creams for the end in case they come out. But it's always better to use these products before to prevent it, and obviously not after. So for my bottom lashes, I'm going to be using this Kiko Standout Volume Mascara. So what are your thoughts on labor? Like, how do you feel about labor? So I'm not going to lie, when it comes to anything medical, I am a little pussycat. I cry for blood tests. I cry to do everything. I have to say, since I'm pregnant, I do so many things. But I don't like hospitals. I don't like dentists. Absolutely hate all this kind of stuff. But at the same time, I cannot wait for labor because I am very scared for labor, obviously. But I feel it's so different when you have like a surgery, like it's scary, full point. Whereas labor, it's scary because it's a lot of pain, but then at the end of the day, you're gonna meet your baby, so it doesn't matter how painful it is. I feel like it's so exciting. So I'm scared because I know it's gonna be very painful. I feel like the first needle or thing I'm gonna see, like, especially when I read or see some things on TikTok, I'll probably faint. But I'll meet my baby, so I can't wait. So it's kind of like scared, but maybe read my last question. What is your plan on breastfeeding? How do you feel on breastfeeding? So pencils, because lately I like this combo. They're both from Colourpop. One is 951, is like a rosy one, and this nudie brown in Cool BFFs. I always thought, this is how ignorant I am, I always thought that you had to breastfeed. Like if you had milk, you had milk. I didn't know what was the story, so I always hated breastfeeding. Don't ask me why, but I didn't like the idea of it. But obviously I was like, if I get milk and I'll have to breastfeed, I will. Sure, I can't really say no. And then when I registered myself at the hospital, the midwife was asking me about breastfeeding, and obviously she explained that you don't have to do it. So then I asked my mom, and obviously my mom was like, yeah, they give you a tablet. She doesn't remember when, because she didn't do it. She didn't really have milk for any of us, just for a while. But they give you this tablet where I think your milk will go away. So I was like, yes. Thoughts on breastfeeding are very personal. Some people love it, some people don't. Nothing against. I know a lot of women love it, and I do admire them because I feel it's so hard. And also I know breastfeeding is a lovely bond between you and your baby, but there's many factors which put me off. So number one is I don't really like the idea of breastfeeding, the idea of my breast. I know you can meet a lot of problems, which, you know, I feel like on that week you're already stressed because the baby arrives, there's a new routine, your body is sick because you're out of the hospital, and just the thought of like sick with my breast, getting maybe mastitis, or I don't know, one of your breasts blocked, it's another problem to the list. Second thing, obviously, I want to go back to work. So for me, I think it's like if you're home, it's hard, but okay, you breastfeed your baby. But imagine when you have to go to work and like you have to pump all that milk out. I think like having formula, like someone that minds them, it's so easy. Breast milk, it's very good for your baby, like antibodies and all this kind of stuff. And obviously, it will give your baby a lot of things from the mom, but I also feel like maybe this kind of like thing was different before, where maybe formula wasn't that modern, but today in 2023, I'm pretty sure that like formula has the same things as breast milk, like the way they make it, like, you know, like it's very like adapted to breast milk. Also, you have to be careful like to what you do, what you eat. Like I feel like already you're 9 months checking what you eat, what you drink, and like it doesn't end after 9 months because obviously you're breastfeeding. And I feel with breastfeeding it's even harder because there's certain things that will give your baby like tummy pain, could be certain types of veg, certain types of meat. So like you have to be careful to your diet, even worse than pregnancy. Another factor is I feel you're already so stressed because you had a baby, your body's feeling down. People can say whatever they want, but if you use formula, okay, maybe it's a bit more stressful because obviously breastfeed, you wake up and there's your breast, whereas formula you have to prepare, blah 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 blah. But at least your husband can help you. Like breastfeed, you might think, but at the end of the day, the baby is always on you, reliable on you. He's always waiting on your breast. Whereas if you give formula, like you can take turns, you're not home, your husband can prepare formula, and I know a lot of people might say, yes, but you can pump your milk, like if you're breastfeeding, yes, but pumping, it's quite sore as well. So like, I actually admire people that do breastfeed because it's such a hard job, especially after you add your baby. So yes, so we'll see what happens. End of the video. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for keeping me company, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye. I don't know, not responsible choice. This is a very non-responsible phrase to say, and I get it. Like I know some people love breastfeeding. Now, I don't really believe the people that say that you don't get a bond with your baby if you don't breastfeed, because I want to be active with my baby in other things in life. I want him to remember me as a good mom in other things. I don't think that when he's going to be grown up, he's going to remember if I did breastfeed him. I think he's going to remember other things that I did. So people that kind of like judge and say that if you don't breastfeed, you don't get good bond, you're not a good mom. I personally don't believe in that kind of stuff, but me, and I admire people that do it, and I admire people because I actually admire people that do breastfeed because it's such a hard job. I think I'm going to stick with my choice. We see when times go on, but yes, so we'll see what happens. This is the end of the video. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for keeping me company, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.